As the weeks go by, as they turn into months, I think we're beginning to see that it is not so much government that is going to be our savior in all of this. It is going to be the individual, or at least our day to day choices are not going to be guided by strict government edict, but by regular people making informed and smart choices about what is best for them and their families and their communities. What do I mean by that? Well, I'll give two little examples, two little anecdotes that bring this all to mind. The other day, I was watching an American television station, and they had a prominent epidemiologist on, a sort of regional health director for one part of their country. And at one point in the interview, she let slip something that you heard a lot back in February. You're not hearing so much more now, but she said, there are still basic things we do not know about the coronavirus. Many unanswered questions about just what it is, how it works, how it affects people, and so forth. She was acknowledging that they still don't really have that much of a clue, even as they race towards the vaccine. Now, this is not to disrespect the talents and efforts and backgrounds of all those experts. It's just to state a fact. They're still kind of blindsided by this whole thing. Yet at the same time, we are at a point now when we realize we can't continue these lockdowns forever. We're going to have to slowly start to ease out of them based on both the medical knowledge that we have and on the common sense knowledge of how all of this is playing out. Because we were originally told the point of the lockdowns was to flatten the curve such that the medical system was not overwhelmed and that the ICUs were not at full capacity. That has not happened. And in our respective communities, in our cities, our provinces, our states, our countries, we're seeing through not just government reports, but just word of mouth in our communities with family and friends, we're getting a sense of who is being hit by this, how bad they're being hit, what it all means. And we're piecing out that, oh, okay, this area not so safe for me, this activity not so safe, maybe because I have this sort of existing condition, I shouldn't do these things, but here's why I'm not worried, or here's why I am worried. We're sort of putting it all together, bits and pieces, by ourselves. And the second anecdote I have is I've seen multiple premiers now across Canada. When they talk about the easing of the lockdowns, there are a number of caveats. Of course, that includes keep physical distancing in place, keep enhanced hygiene, and so forth. But they all acknowledge, well, you're going to have to make your choice as well. They say that if someone doesn't want to send their kids to school, they don't have to. As Francois Legault has said in Quebec, it's not going to be mandatory in the way it is throughout the rest of the school year. Or, just in terms of going about to retail outlets, they say, well, use your own judgment, make your own decisions. And I think there's something very interesting about all of that, that government just does not, cannot, in these major issues of I think, life choices, which is really what this is, about how we want to proceed. Some people say they want to stay in lockdown because they're not willing to make the risk. Others say, I'm willing to take that risk. It's very interesting now as we start to look at the place we're at right now and realize it's not just staying at home, hunkering down, waiting for some one-size-fits-all government edict. It is a very almost empowering situation where it is up to us as individuals to be making informed choices.